aspect which I really do love is their admin. Huge shout out. Not sure if he's watching this game, he has a lot of stuff around his head, but I do know for a fact that he loves to watch Dota as much as I do. He's trying to cast as well, so Vitaly, shout out to you, man. It's really great to see that you're involved with Dota. And that's one of the reasons why I like Expat so much. Their admin Vitaly, the guy who, you know, makes sure that I put up my overlays and stuff. He's like super enthusiastic about Dota and about casting himself, and he actually watches games, talks to me, is like, have you seen the game between those two teams? And I'm like, yeah, I casted that one. It was amazing, and we just agreed to that. I don't know. Having a good old time there. He mostly speaks Russian. English is like his secondary or even tertiary language, so I'm not sure if he wants to co-cast someday. Would definitely be fun though. Either way, we got this game on our hands with a bit of pause. We got a squid-faced Nature's Prophet who, I don't know, it looks derpy, but it also looks kinda cool. The thing is, you got two pair of eyes. So it's probably just a dead squid, which got combined with his head. But we got some effigies to look at. Aliastvaya? I don't know. Raskash. I have no idea what that means. I do know it's a Slark effigy with a pretty cool loadout. I do like the dual daggers. It's one of the more creative Dota items. I do like the style. It fits Slark a lot to go a little bit more assassin-ish. Vot on ya takoik. Yes, Invoker, yes. I have no idea what that means. OS Frog. See, this is what I like, because everybody can relate. OS Frog Earth Spirit. Bull. Just bull. BL effigy broken. Volvo please fix. How do you even break an effigy this way? Wait, is that an Abaddon tiny tree? Nice, Dota. That's one even I haven't seen before. Then we got Anti-Mage in. That's not how you sword fight, my friend. I mean, I haven't been involved with sword fighting in a while, but I'm definitely sure that's not one of the original historical medieval European martial arts poses. I mean, how are you supposed to do that? Your arm can't go back that far without, you know, dislocating itself. So essentially you dislocate both your arms and pull your blades over your head, and then what? It's not like you can turn your arm, you know, back to where it's supposed to be and slash with both arms at the same time, which would make it kinda useful, but then you'd hold the blades the other way around. Anti-Mage, what the hell are you up to? Well, we got another effigy. It's not my day. Well, I feel you there, man. We all got a day like that, where, you know, you have a bad night of sleep, wake up with a headache, and you know you got a ton of duties to fulfill. Effigies, let's take a look at Roche instead. Ooh, that's the sexy... I can't see because it paused, and sometimes the textures bug a little bit during pauses, but I do believe that's the sexy ass new Roche, which I would have really liked to buy, but I wasted my casting monies on vacation instead, so... You know, priorities and stuff. So chat, how's it going? I hope you are having a good time. I mean, this delay is kinda awkward, but I do manage to deal with that usually. So yeah, guys, how about you tell me how it's going, what you're up to. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a look at shopkeepers. Sup, Gaben? I mean, that looks nothing like Gaben in before banned as a caster, but He sells a lot of unexpected stuff. So, I guess it's Gaben. Got all kinds of odds and ends. Got quite the belly and a successful business. And both teams pretty much instantaneously teleporting out. Smoked up, the usual start here, and I think anyone who plays support can relate to why it's important to get your wards out early on, because you have to be in a million places the second that the timer reaches 30 or something. The enemy might try to invade. People will want you to de-ward, to share a couple of tangos if you haven't already. It can be quite a pain in the ass. I've been trying to play Kunkka support to finish up that quest line myself, and it's been, well, a wild ride to say the least. Definitely not a hero to fit my playstyle, but that is one hell of a beautiful arcane, or immortal actually, with that huge giant green shark effect. But yeah, enough about that. We got this game about to kick off. I wonder how well Comanche and their aggressive lineup will fare. I would like a quick game here, regardless of which team wins, because knowing both of those teams in terms of lineup, I'm not sure how much practice Team Jabberwock has.
The battle begins.
Okay, so Kant's gonna die, but I do not think there's silence in mines at all. Especially if he can get more intelligence out of Agnard. Can he? Nah, not gonna go for it. Treen's too annoying. So 2 in for first blood money seems to be an equal trade, if not slightly in favor of the silencer there, because stolen int is great, especially if it's from an int hero. 2 less damage throughout the rest of the game for 100 gold. Man, I feel bad for you having to talk during a pause. Guys, it's fine. Honestly, my main issue is that I just didn't sleep really well last night, so how did I start my casting career? Well, okay, we got a lot of time here during the laning stage. I'm putting lasts up, so those people who actually want serious Dota while story time here, you can look here at the lasts. I'll do a bit of commenting on the items in lane once we see some more action, but yeah. Good question actually, how I got started. So, back when I was 12 or 13, no, it was actually before that. It was way before that, like damn. I think I was 9. My best mate, he was a bit older, but we went to the same school. He got me into Dota and he was like, hey man, we got a clan and we got a tournament. Can you stream that stuff for us? That was back in the day when streaming was just through the Battle.net client, where it was like general camera work for spectators. That was about it. The whole extent of it. It was still Warcraft 3 client and stuff. And yeah, it looks like I can actually get away with telling the whole story here, because look at that. All the lanes absolutely quiet for now. Last, it's going as you would expect them to. The safe lane is nearly equaled out. The Nature's Prophet offlane going steady. Meepo doing his decent best against the mid lane Earthshaker. But yeah, my mate was like, you do the camera work here. And I did. I was 9 years old, it was Dota 1, good old times. That was back when Dota patches would actually still get released, and I was super hyped, and through that I started, you know, doing a lot of camera work in Dota 1. Then when I was 13 or something, I actually started commenting on local lands, just the small stuff with like 100 people there max. And yeah, I did that for a long while. Then I focused on school for a while, and then I decided, hey, I might as well do it again when Dota 2 came out, and looked into join Dota League, small local lands, and eventually, you know, I got picked up by this tournament through I think it was join Dota League back in the day. How these guys found me, and yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. Now I'm with Hype Studio, or at least working with them as a freelancer. I do hope to someday become a full-time employee, but they're great. Shout out to them. And see, I got away with telling the whole story, and just as it's finished, we got a kill on the silencer here. Perfect timing from you, Agnard.
Hear no more from me.
Deny attempt there, not quite going well. Egnard at least forced through a bit of his regen. But would you look at that, we actually got through that entire story. Sometimes Dota is really quiet early on, and honestly, that's worse than having to talk through a long break. Because in a long break, it's okay to go off topic, it's okay to look at FUGs. Now I have to stay focused, I have to look at where kills are happening or might happen. Well, there's not a lot of strategical stuff for me to do. There's not a lot of play-to-play casting and team fights like double kill, triple kill, and they're all gonna die. I can't talk until the teams try to make something happen here. And sometimes that, you know, it pays off with huge late game fights. I do hope this is one of the days, because I like myself some good late game fights. But yeah, Shaklo or Shachlo, I'm not sure where. That's also one. Okay, no time to talk about that as Ancient Apparition goes down there. Science are getting 2 intelligence. That's pretty neat to have, and Earthbird can only stand by there. Another high priority kill. As the Shrine. Well, it's not like Ancient Apparition is a high priority kill. But stealing int on this draft, I mean, the worst person to steal int from is an Earth Spirit who still needs mana to do his stuff and deals a lot of spell damage. So that hero is just huge, and he has got to be. I mean, I think the Silence has got to be useful if the Meepo falls off, which he might if Earthshaker continues having this good of a game. Sand King is gonna go down. And the aggression is being pushed, so more action coming our way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Comanche, they're not quite leading by the extent they would like to be. But they are still in a decent spot game-wise. Okay, meanwhile, Silencer gone on. In comes the Sand King though, helping him out, and if either one of those two goes down, I mean the Earthbird is the worst one to steal in from, so it doesn't really matter. But there we go, +2 in once again. On to Ryujin, who his mana is gonna be important. He's the big tool you got to shut out. He's the big tool you got to shut down Meepo. Also, thanks for the good luck, guys. As long as I get something to cast. You know, this cup I might not be highest quality TI tier casting, but that's because it's tier 2 Dota. We are here to sit back, have a good time, and watch the insanely fun Dota. It's not like we're gonna talk about some super deep, strategical, next level shit. It's not like the players are playing for a million here. A lot of those players are also just having a good time, trying new drafts, and that's what makes it enjoyable. So, I'm not gonna try hard, but sometimes the studio helps me get other gigs. Another reason to support them. And then I can try hard. I hope to get enough to prove myself and to ask them for a contract sometime soon. That's the plan. The good luck is dearly appreciated, and you know who else you should be wishing good luck? Both of these teams, because they're definitely gonna need it. Especially Team Comanche right now. They might not be in a bad spot, but this Silencer is actually pulling his. This Science is actually pulling his. Taping the Silencer, take it with a grain of salt. I know chat is good when it comes to salt, but the fact that this guy, Ahura? I think it's Ahura.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But this guy is having a good lane, and that makes it even harder for Ryujin. And I know him, he's a god on a lot of heroes. He's one of the best mid laners. If I'm not mistaken, he almost made it into Navi or something. A friend of mine asked him in a pub, hey man, are you going to Navi? And he said yes, so I think it got cancelled last second or something. Still, he is tier 1 potential, but mid lane Earthshaker, it's a challenging pick to say the least. I wonder if, you know, even he can make it work. Definitely curious to see how it works out. Meanwhile, Meepo not farming too well anymore. I mean, yeah, he's sitting at top of the net worth. He had one hell of a start, but at least he's kinda slowed down, kinda reduced to those jungle creeps. But even if, let's say, Necrophos catches up to Meepo, which is, you know, if Meepo doesn't dare to show his face in the lane again, a really realistic possibility, that doesn't mean that Jabberwock isn't still taking some of that farm in. It's not like the farm isn't spread. Usually when you see a Meepo jungling, he takes the jungle, then goes to the lane, takes that, while the other two lanes are just being held as best as they can. But this game around, the farm is being spread. Team Jabberwock, which I still find a really weird name. They do know what they're doing to a large extent when it comes to gold conservation and gold distribution. The courier got sniped there. Rip little crap. And Madden might die as well. That would be the worst case scenario, and yes, it's gonna be exactly that. The Gyrocopter is gonna go for a drums here, just to make sure he stays alive, he gets value out of those ultimates, and... Okay, look at that. First Science ultimate of the game being committed there. Necrophos now getting ganked up. Guess what, man? 2 points of your damage are gonna go. He's trying to teleport out, but there's the stun. There's the poof nuke. That's 2 points of Necrophos damage lost. That's 2 points of damage to the Silencer. This is why I love the hero so much. He can snowball. And that's one of the biggest reasons. I mean, Silencer and Gyrocopter are the two scary heroes here in the late game. The Meepo, he's gonna be scary from like 12 to usually 40 minutes. And that's good. I mean, he's really scary, he's a really good hero, he's a game-winning hero on his own. But the Meepo does have the issue that... Oh boy, talk about issues. It looks like Ryujin might have some, but he's able to get away. Gyrocopter ultimate not quite connecting there. Even if just one hit would have connected, it would have been huge, but... You know, usually when you're against a hero, which, like Meepo, which eventually falls off, you're gonna be like, okay guys, at 40 minutes, Meepo's gonna be, well, not worthless, but we're gonna be able to kill Meepo, so let's wait until then, when we're not gonna be insta-killed by him. Let's just hold on and wait until then, and then all of a sudden turn the game around in our favor. And it works really well. It's one of the best ways of playing around with Meepo, but not in this game. There's a Science ultimate to prevent a lot of attempts to kill the Meepo with the Ancient Apparition, with the Necrophos. There is a Gyrocopter to help with the carrying. There is a Shadow Shaman to enable a push, like he just did. And with all that adding up, it's gonna be really hard for Comanche to win the game. And Comanche have a really obvious strategy here. Win teamfights, push before it goes late game, before, you know, shut Meepo down as well. Because even if you don't go late game, that still means Meepo is scary throughout the entirety of the game. And I don't know, it's interesting. Definitely super even at this stage of the game, because Comanche, they would usually be ever so slightly favored. And I'm not just saying that because I like Ryujin, who has, I don't know, when I was on board as coach for him, I literally didn't have to tell him anything because he was just as crazy as I am. That's why they took me on the team to, you know, bring a bit of innovative stuff and, I don't know, help with teamwork. But that guy had it all figured out, and I believe he still does. Maybe I should chat him after the game. But that would seem biased, I don't know. Still, let's see how it goes. Okay, it looks like Nature's Prophet is gonna go down, and this Meepo is gonna start being dangerous. Which means, Ryujin, you're God. Let's see if you got that godly skill to shut down Meepo while you still can. If not, you and your team are gonna suffer. Okay, it looks like Necrophos. Oh my goodness, there's the Echo Slam from Ryujin, and that's a dead Meepo. A lot of intelligence being lost to the Silencer, who is now able to put on a lot of damage. So is the Gyrocopter, and the Sand King enabling them to do so. Mega kill streak Silencer So Ryujin, he did his job, but the Silencer did his job too, and in the end, Silencer is the higher impact hero, which is why Earthshaker often played as a support or offlaner, but now he goes down to Madden here. Or Madden goes down to him, I mean. And Ryujin, getting a nice juicy return kill there. If he now gets to shut down the you know, the perfect scenario, and this is what he needs. This is, you know, a nice gold swing for his team. A nice little way of keeping you in the game. But there's still intelligence switching over. So the next fight, what you want to do is you want to Echo Slam both the, at least, you know, at least 2 Meepos and the Silencer. Which of course is going to be hard, but if you can pull that off. Or at least Echo Slam the Meepos and then stun up the Silencer with your other stuns to enable your team to kill him off. That's when you got a team fight which you can turn into a big objective. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman is gonna go down here, preventing those big wards from coming out once again. Or at least delay. No, actually it's not even delaying it. Never mind that.
Where's my pension?
Dire are scanning.
Also, friend PSA, if you know any Valve employees, you know, are on a casual base with them, please tell them to fix Dota lores, because some of those lores, like Jabberwock, are still boring as hell. He built a plane, that plane got shot down, by accident it seems, and then he built a plane with guns, to make sure it doesn't get shut down again. That's the entire lore of the hero. So essentially a gun-crazed Wright brothers. Okay, so Team Jabberwock, despite having the Meepo, they are not pushing the aggression as much as they might be able to, because they don't want to take any risks yet. Meepo, he might be on top of net worth, but usually when you have a Meepo and you want him to be as dangerous as he can be, then you want him sitting at an Alchemist tier gold net worth lead. And he had a couple of minutes where he was struggling to farm, so he farmed a couple of kills instead, got the momentum back in his favor. Despite dying once, he's now super dangerous, but not team wipe tier dangerous. And against an Earthshaker, you need to be team wipe tier dangerous. You have one shot, jump in, kill 2 or 3 people and get out, or wipe the entire team and get an objective for free.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Talk about objectives, bottom tier 2, traded for top tier 1, so some juicy little objectives changing hands there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And we got a Shadow Shaman, ultimate, and we got Ryujin going down as well. Turakon there.
Dire's top tower is
And Agnard went down to Silencer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Okay, and we got a fight on the top lane as well. Meepo doing Meepo things.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Killing off TMW. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet actually managed to get a deny on the bottom tower, keeping the net worth in check there, but Jabberwock, they are ahead. Team Comanche are going to be struggling a tiny bit with that, and
Coin for me.
I wonder what the game plan is for them.
The seeds of
They can focus on the... I mean, one of the things they can do really well is benefit from the Reaper Scythe, as well as the Echo Slam, where you kind of initiate onto 2 or 3 people. One of them is down for twice as long as they usually would, or at least a couple of seconds extra, you know. I mean, there's 30 seconds still, and interesting build from the Necrophos in general. The late Radiance. I'm an advocate of Radiance no matter what the situation is. Every team should have one, because the mischance, you essentially reduce physical damage, or like right click damage by 17% or by 17%, I mean, you add a bit of spell damage, you're generally a nuisance, and the best part is you disrupt blink daggers in an AoE radius. And talk about those blink daggers. See, one of the heroes where you want blink dagger disrupted permanently. Meepo. Getting another kill on Shachlo or Shaklo. Depending on which country he's from, you can pronounce the CH really differently. Courier goes down with the Diffublade recipe there. Okay, Silencer might be gone on. Looks like they're just gonna kill him off. One easy kill, let the damage over time do its thing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, game's quiet once again. I could really go for some food right now. Some Greek food. We're just gonna have a bit of a chill game, a chill cast, you know. Viewer count is in the basement here, sadly. But still, we got a decent game on our hands. I don't know, right now the tension is just kind of rising. Okay, talk about risen tension. There is some of the relief of that. Ryujin and Hakon, I wonder if they're friends or... I don't know, they didn't talk like friends in the lobby, but I don't see them being enemies or anything because they have such a similar playstyle. Earthshaker getting out of there. Now, Nature's Prophet enabling a kill on the Sand King is gonna go down himself for that one. Silencer getting 2 more in, sitting at 18 in, not bad. If he would get 20 or 20 minutes, that means you're pretty much getting guaranteed win. Okay, and Ryujin killed off the Silencer. There's this rule of thumb, and I've ran the statistics on that one back in the day for Ryujin and Ascendancy on the old team. But a Silencer who has 2 intelligence stone per minute, regardless, or I mean 1 intelligence stone per minute, you know. An example, 20 intelligence at 20 minutes, etc. has and I shit you not, 94% chance of winning. Yeah, that's how important intelligence steal is. I just did it to once prove a point, which in the end wasn't relevant anymore because I left the team before we had the discussion again. But I figured it might be a fun fact to share here. I'm just gonna take a look at items now. I mean, Necro, he got Veil, he got Hood. It's pretty much everything you need. Shaklo, he got a Midas, is gonna go for the Orchid here, which is great at locking down Meepos and preventing Silence ultimates from coming out. Might, you know, save your life against Shadow Shaman as well. High versatility in this particular game. Ryujin, meanwhile, going for a BKB. And Hakon, I like, see, this is what I meant with kind of similar playstyle. Both Hakon and Ryujin, they both play their heroes with kind of weird, better scaling builds. I mean, Sand King, usually you kind of either ignore him or instantly kill him off to prevent burrow strikes. But later on, he's not that important anymore. The Epicentrums, okay. We got initiation here with a Gyrocopter ultimate, everything just thrown onto TMW. TMW is gonna go down. Silencer doing some frontline. He's gonna go in a 1v4 position. The Sprout is gonna miss. Silencer now slowed up. Is gonna get chain stunned up here, and he's just gonna go down. No chance to get that 95% win chance. And yet, I mean, he's close to it, but I haven't ran the statistics on being close to it. I ran the statistics on having that continuously from one point of the game. Okay, meanwhile, Shadow Shaman gonna go down here. Beautifully executed. Much needed kill for Team Comanche. And while that fight's happening, guess who got a Roche? Meepo got a Roche. Okay, there's an Echo Slam to get rid of the Aegis at least. Ryujin keeping everybody stunned up, enabling a Reaper Scythe there on the Sand King. Is that going to be enough to allow TMW to flash heal? It looks like it won't be. And Science getting 2 in out of that one as well. And yes, guys, I did run the statistics. It took me hours. And it was to be fair, it was 2 patches ago. So maybe it changed. But I did run the damn statistics on how important intelligence steal is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And that shows once again what Comanche need to do here. I'm not saying Comanche are out of this game. Far from it. Comanche, they... Well, at least 2 of their players... game please? Okay, there we go. But at least 2 of their players... Wait, okay, nothing happening there. At least TMW and Ryujin, they're the kind of crazy where they go and get a return fight, a really good team fight, an example. And then they're like, it was just tactical feed, guys, it was just a meme, don't worry. We're not gonna feed, we're not gonna lose games like that. And if they lose, it's best of 3 anyways. Still, Meepo is dangerous. Right here, right now, you need to stop him, shut him down. The sooner the better.
Radiant are scanning.
And Comanche, they're looking for a chance to get that initiation they need. They're just waiting patiently, doing their best to stay as disciplined as possible. Okay, there's an Interpretation Ice Blast, and that's gonna be one ruined team fight for Team Jabberwock. And that's the team fight that was so desperately needed from Comanche. Look at that, the Meepo is gonna go down as well, didn't get a single kill. Madden now in there, trying to make something happen, but he is gonna go down. Did that count as a Reaper Scythe kill? Yes, it did. I have no idea how they did that. I mean, it was a giant Echo Slam. It was the perfect moment, and remember when I explained the game plan here? It was a highly complicated next level game plan involving several complicated moves, such as get a team wipe, push a tower. Exactly, 2 super hard to execute moves. And I mean, yeah, it's not always easy to pull that one off, but like I said, Comanche, at least 2 of their players are the type of guys who, despite being so far behind, are just gonna be like, hey guys, it was tactical feed, it's all fine. This is what I meant.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Earthshaker sitting at top of his team's net worth. When do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? When do you see this type of strategy? I think it's been 2013 since I saw it. An actual core Earthshaker, and I mean, I'm not a fan of it because it falls off, but this time around it just wiped the entire team of Jabberwock. One more fight like that and the shrines are gonna be open for business. A nice little gold swing in favor of Team Comanche could be enabled that way. And look at Nature's Prophet, he's just sending the creeps in. Doesn't care how many make it through, as long as they're a nuisance, as long as they're a distraction. He's not even gonna go Aghanims. I mean, it's not that strange, but considering his next level creep macro here, it would be more beneficial than other players. But we got a super close game here, and look at that. Global silence as initiation onto Ryujin. Ryujin just gonna BKB and try and turn around. He does have the Echo Slam, cannot get it. Oh, there we go. He waited, he held it, waited for the Meepos to think they're safe. And they did think they're safe, just to be disappointed there. Reaper Scythe onto the Gyrocopter, keeping him from farming. Buyback on the Meepo. They know that without the Echo Slam, Meepo is going to have better chance of living. Meanwhile, Shaklo did die to the Silencer there, who is still pulling his weight, and that's gonna be Ryujin dead. Necrophos still going ham, the Radiance mattering here. Look at that burn though, and this could be a dieback for Meepo, and Meepo is gonna go down to the Ancient Apparition. Now it's Silencer versus 2. He does output a ton of damage, but so does the Necrophos. And that fight is definitely gonna be won by the Necrophos here. And look at that team wipe, 100 seconds without Meepo. Remember when I said that Comanche weren't out of it? This is what I meant. This is what I meant with the tactical feed jokes. And Jabberwock. In terms of players, they're generally really evenly matched up. It's not like either team is getting outplayed. Well, yeah, they're getting outplayed, but they're not getting outplayed because of skill or, you know, not even a bad draft on either team. Like, yeah, the Echo Slams are huge here. Meepo has to be really afraid all his life, but I think the main thing that matters here is the play style of Comanche. It's far more versatile. It's far more crazy. They dare to pull a core Earthshaker because they feel like it, because they, you know, want to go for a couple of team wipes, and that's something you cannot expect. If you have your opponent outdrafted like that, you think some carry and you're like, okay, we're gonna gank that carry, we're gonna prevent that carry from becoming important, and we're just gonna teamfight the enemy down. Not possible when you got an Earthshaker. In a Dota match, I had two draft choices, and I took the one less common. And in the end, that's what made all the difference. Actually, I shouldn't be referring to Frost here. That poem from Samael played Shaker a few months ago to destroy Ember. Yeah, I know he did, but that Shaker was still kinda, well, less of a core like compared to Ryujin's Shaker. He wasn't sitting at top of net worth for a solid 15 minutes. He did destroy the Ember though, it was a good pick. And I generally do enjoy stuff like that. But that was more of a position 2 utility, you know, like you would pick a mid lane Puck, an example. You don't pick Puck because Puck scales late. You don't pick Puck to be at top of net worth. You pick Puck to enable your other, to either counter somebody hard, to lock somebody down, nuke people down, but usually to kind of go with a carry. You don't say, okay, Puck's gonna carry this game on his shoulders. This time around, Ryujin's carrying the game on his shoulders though. I mean, yeah, Necrophos really doing a lot of damage at this stage of the game. I wonder for how long that's gonna keep up. Necro, what a hero. Oh, S-Frog is the only proper response to that one. Wait. There it is. Here, this should actually be a Necrophos FUG, because that hero is currently so balanced. Earth Spirit is actually somewhat balanced in my opinion. He has a super high skill ceiling. He can get counted super hard. You can really play around him if you pick a Manta hero, an example. Rubik is also great against Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, we got Meepo looking to gank the Nature's Prophet there, but accidentally gets spotted. Nature's Prophet just shadowblading away.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Okay, now it looks like Roche being
Dire's
snuck with
bottom
smoke.
shrine is under attack.
MOBA. Oh no! Echo Slam, and look at that nuke damage from. See, this is what I mean. This Earthshake is just dishing out a couple thousand damage in a second or two. Just 3,000 damage casually dealt.
Under attack.
To be fair, it was to multiple Meepos. Now Silencer about to die as well. And even okay, they need to get that Roche fast. Comanche, will they look into the Roche pit? Okay, Sand King, he's just gotta sacrifice himself to buy some space here. Make sure that Roche gets done, and the Roche will get done. Madden, he is gonna live despite being dangerously low health, and is able to pick up the Aegis now, BKB, and teleport out. Oh, he almost lost his Aegis, and that would have been 2 deaths in a row. This is what happens if you body block the Aegis, guys. That was scary. And you know what else is scary? The fact that the top lane's just dropped. Expect the unexpected. That should be the motto of ProDotA Cup.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, it looks like... No, never mind. Actually, yeah, he's dead.
Autumn comes too soon.
So, nice little return kill. For Team Jabberwock. Jabberwock, however, still struggling. Both net worth, total net worth wise, and net worth distribution wise. Even when you're 14k behind, it's usually like, okay, that's fair. We got one hero who's 3rd in net worth. He might be able to outfight the big enemy carry. This time around, however, it's not possible. I think I'll just take a look at items. So, NT, he does have the Ethereal Blade, meaning he's not completely out of it. He might be able to find a good kill on the Meepo. Or, no, I mean Meepo's gonna be able to find a good kill on the Necrophos. Meanwhile, the other way around, of course, it's gonna be Ryujin, who is about to go for a Silverage, I think. Got a 10-second BKB, got Blink, got everything you need. Meanwhile, Shaklo also gonna go for a Shadow Blade build. He's got a Midas if this game goes late. TMW got a Radiance as well to, first of all, up his scaling, second of all, save those Blink Daggers, and we got a Smoke Gank. On to Kant. I still don't know if it's a reference to the Philosopher. I asked him, but he was confused and just said, okay, my name is, like, he gave his real life name because I'm admin as well, and he thought I was asking if he was stand-in instead of just, you know, getting where I'm coming from. So I think I confused the poor guy. But yeah, Kant, he seems like a fun guy. Has been on point with his wards, despite the wards in general not being the most effective spell ever in this particular game.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Nature's Prophet, he's managing to play around the Jabberwock surprisingly well now. Silence is scary, so MP just going back out of there. And the fact that silence is scary could potentially be a way for Jabberwock to come back into the game. I mean, even if we compare, oh boy, there's the Echo Slam again on the Meepos though, and Meepos forced to buy back here. Maybe they can now get a counter initiation once Necro's BKB wears out. It would be huge. There's a 2-man Burrow Strike, 2-man Earthbind as well, and that's one good return kill on the Nature's Prophet, who still got buyback if he needs it. Earth Spirit's gonna go down, also got buyback, and there's the Silence's damage output coming in, and the Meepo looking for that Looking for that revenge, looking for that return kill. We'll find it on the Necrophos. Beautifully executed. 3-man wipe, and despite the base looking somewhat depressing, that doesn't mean that Jabberwock haven't just gotten their golden ticket back into the game. And Science, remember what I said about this intelligence gain? It might be the 5% chance, maybe the chances have changed since last patch, but no, he's memeing. No way in hell I'm gonna believe he's gonna build Divine Rapier. Meanwhile, guys, I'm gonna get myself a can of energy drink real quick, so be right back. Otherwise, I'm gonna get caffeine headaches, so it's kind of necessary to keep the cast going. I know it's unprofessional, but we're here to have a good time, and I'm gonna do my best to make that happen. Okay, I can tell you already I'm not gonna get a whole lot of sleep once this casting session is over. So, you know, hopefully it's gonna be a long one, so I at least get a show worthy of my commitment. I'm just messing about. This has been a really close game. Well, not really close game, but it's still kind of close. I'd estimate the chances of comeback for Team Jabberwock here at about 30%. 30-35%. Then again, I'm not a bookmaker. I'm not one of the people in charge of the live bets. That's just me estimating what can potentially happen with a silencer. With this much in. He hits like a truck. They did get a perfect return kill the last fight. If they keep holding their base in that fashion, I mean, in the Mongols versus Lorem Ipsum game this noon, or this afternoon actually, we saw a similar situation where a team lost a lot of their base and lost their shrines, but eventually managed to come back out of better scaling. Might be another one of those games. They did delay the game a lot. Meebo's done his job. Meebo, of course, he still needs to do a lot of work, but Gyrocopter now actually somewhat fat. Silence is still memeing the Divine. Please don't tell me he's gonna build Divine. Okay, it looks like the fight is about to start here. Just Ancient Apparition being gone on that side. Meanwhile, on the other end, Kant on the Shadow Shaman dying as well. So it looks like two supports just got traded for each other. That would usually be kind of beneficial for Team Jabberwock here if it wasn't for the Nature Prophet still doing his... Oh no, wait. Wait. How did he... There's no Dagon? Where did that damage come from? Wait, okay. Ryujin did his thing and got out of there, and I missed the show because I was looking at the red Dota. So Gyro buying back, Sand King buying back. And Ryujin is gonna die. For a ton of cash. Jabberwock still holding on to their base, still holding on to 2 lanes of racks. They don't mind falling behind in terms of gold
The
anyways.
seeds of fortune.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Where's my pension?
Shovels and skulls. Invisibility.
Okay, and it looks like Necrophos now in a lot of trouble as well. Madden and both Madden and NT died. Oh no. Turnaround here is real, and with that, remember we said 30%? Well, not anymore. I mean, to be fair, it's not like the Silence kept the golden 95% win rate in game going for the entire game, or at least from the point where I said, you know. Oh well. Either way, first game going to Comanche.